Meanwhile, Mino Raiola, Paul Pogba's agent, amongst others, with this quote on the Octopus, Pogba feels at home in Italy. That's why Paul would like to come back to Juventus. Pogba always wants to play at the best level, but he can't escape Manchester United now in this moment where the club is not having a good period. Julien, Laurent, pretty definitive. I feel like we always have to get something from you on Pogba, but this was pretty stark, wasn't it, from Raiola?
Yes, you're right. It's not a surprise, though, is that he has started the whole move from the Raiola camp and Paul Pogba's camp. I started angling for a move in the summer, but they do it every year. You know, they did it when he was at Juventus. They do it now. They did it last year as well when they were trying to get him out of United. And they start again. This is always when he starts. In February, often it's maybe a bit later in the year when Mino starts saying, do you know what, Pogba is not happy, or Pogba wants a move, or so and so, not just with Pogba, but with all of Raiola's players, to be fair. And that's the big machine that starts going on. I think soon you maybe have someone from Turin saying, yeah, of course, Pogba would be welcome back. Someone from Madrid who say, oh yeah, Pogba would be great, he's one of the best in the world. And that's the machine always to put pressure on United and just putting out there. Yes, Paul Pogba wanted to leave last summer. He couldn't leave and stayed for another year at United. Yes, he's got another year on his contract. Plus, let's not forget, another season in option that United can trigger if they want to. So it's not just done and dusted yet, but you could see what Raiola is trying to do already, put pressure on United to let him go this summer eventually.
Yeah, you can almost set your watch by it, can't you, Jules? It comes around same time every year. But what's your sense? Is this summer going to be different?
Yeah, I think this summer is the summer where he will leave. I think United, especially after the tough year that Paul is having now with all the injuries and the uncertainty of when he will come back and what kind of level he will come back as well, and how long will he need to go back to his best fitness-wise and also I think mentally-wise. So I think maybe United will feel, you know what, maybe that's where we should try to get some money back on that move of 100 million euros, 3.5 years ago now, in 2016, in that summer 2016, and maybe they will feel that now is the right time. I think Juventus will try definitely to go for him. I think Real Madrid, where it's his dream to play, especially under Zinedine Zidane, might try as well to go and get him. So I think there will be offers on the table. Will they be good enough for United? And can United negotiate with those clubs? I think that's the big question. But I think this summer, more than any summers before, maybe it's the one where he will finally leave the club.
Can United, though, Jules, get that 100 million euros that has been reported?
I think so. I think so. He will turn 27 next month in March if he has a really good World Cup for France. And, you know, that's a big if because he's played, 8 games this season and we're in mid-February, which is really, really low. And this season has been really tough for him fitness-wise, as we explained before. But if he comes back to his best, fully fit, if he has a very good World Cup with France, I think the stack and his value is still very much, very high. And I think he's still very highly rated by top clubs in Europe. And like I said, at 27 years of age, he still has his best years ahead of him. So I don't think the 100 million euro mark is a big deal for any big club right now.
If you are Manchester United, guys, and 100 million euros is on the table, do you take it for Pogba, Stevie?
Yes, no.
Yeah.
You know, up until the start of this season, Manchester United cannot afford to let the best players go. That's where I was. But now it almost feels like it's run its course with Pogba. And regardless of how well or how badly Pogba would play in a Manchester United jersey from now on, he's never going to lose the stigma. I think the mud is absolutely stuck. And regardless of what he does for United, between now and whenever he leaves, it's not going to be good enough. So if you can get your 100 million, I think you take your 100 million.
The thing is, I think Paul Pogba has emotionally checked out of Manchester United. He probably sees his own future elsewhere. And from a business point of view, I think right now, you still can get 100 million for Paul Pogba. But if it continues along, if he has another season for Manchester United, like he does, there's absolutely no way come the summer of 2021, you're talking anything in more than 50 or 60 million. From Manchester United's perspective, they're probably best for them to cash in and make good use of that money now.
As for United, they're involved in perhaps the Premier League game of the weekend. They don't play till Monday, but they're at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. The game's on Saturday, Sunday. Remember, this is the second half of the winter break. Liverpool in action, though. They're back, and they're at Carrow Road.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.